Has this mic been on the whole time? Because I went toilet a couple times.
Yeah, don't worry. No one's listening.
I don't want that.
I'll tell you.
And then he says, "Oh, we weren't recording, but really,
I got you.
Instagram live.
Instagram live is wild."
The other side of PROZECH.
Jeez. Haven't even seen the first. The inside scoop is mad. The inside scoop is. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is. Your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. And I'm here, episode 1 of 42. Now, forgive me, I'm a little gassed because I'm using my new camera, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. You get me? He's got the face tracking on there. I think I should probably remove the face tracking if I'm being honest. Hold tight, let me see if I can do that. Yeah. No, that's not it. There you go. So let me try and go. Yeah, we'll just keep it there. So at least if I move, it doesn't move as well. Because I don't want you, man, to get seasick while you're watching. And for those that are listening, please forgive me, man. But once again, thank you very much for joining me on this episode, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, the evening. Very much appreciate you jumping on the podcast. You getting me? Kicks Chronicles. This is a special one. You get me? But before we get into it, yeah, right. First and foremost, man, shout out to everyone for supporting the last episode 141, which was essentially the 5 time. You get me? Was it 5 time? Or was it top five? Yes, it was top 5 with the weekly Waffle Boys, HB Kicks, and the legendary Life of a Broski, Erkin Hassan. As we stand right now, as I'm recording this right now, is about 120 subs away from DK people. DK, like, in this game that we're in, like, this is monumental. Like, so we do need to support. So if you are listening to this, please, if you are watching this, please make sure, I'm going to put the link for his thing somewhere. Please go to his page on YouTube and sub right now. Just do it right now. For me, you get me, for the culture. You get me? We gotta do it, man. And as I said, this is a special episode. It's a very, very special episode. And I know a lot of you are like, "Pro, every week you say it's a special episode," but I'm like, have I lied though, bro? Have I lied once, G? It's a special episode. I'm not joking. It's special. I've never told any lies, man. Some of you are going to know. Some of you that are like locked in and tapped in, especially when it comes to social media and what have you. Some of you are going to know that there's a documentary dropping this week. You get me? Very special documentary dropping this week. And yes, that documentary is called Sneaker Wars, Adidas versus Puma. It is a 3-part documentary with all 3 parts available from Thursday, the 25th of September on Disney Plus. It is about Adidas and Puma. The history, the rivalry, the story, the intrigue. You get me? Very, very interesting. The series, once again, chronicles the story of Adolf Dassler and Rudolf Dassler. And when I say Adolf, aka Addy, and Rudolph, aka Ruda or Rudy, right? The Dassler brothers. How they started the Dassler Brothers Company, with Addy being the more technical shoemaker and Rudolph being a more savvy, business-like marketer. And how so often this happens, it started off very sweet, but turned sour like a bad grapefruit very, very quickly, and the brothers split. It talks about that story. I'm not spoiling it. We all know that, right? I'm not spoiling the documentary. We all know that happens. Just Google it, right? We know that happens. Off the back of that split, we get Adolf Dassler, Adidas, and we also get Ruda, which then becomes Puma. So Rudolf Dassler starts Puma, Addy Dassler starts Adidas, and 2 powerhouses of sportswear and fashion are born, right? Amazing. Crazy. So crazy, in fact, that in Germany, where the brothers are from, and I can't even try to say the name of the, it begins with a H. I can't even try to say the name of the town they're from. The headquarters are still there in that same town, and there's literally just a stone's throw from one another. Like, it's that close, right? It's that close. It's crazy. But some of you might be thinking, bro, why are you giving us this kind of history lesson, bro? Like, you're talking to us about Adidas, like Rudolph Dassler, bro. You're talking to us about some documentary. What's all this got to do with us, right? And I'm telling you this because Big PROZECH is in it, bro. Your boy made it. I'm in Hollywood, people, man, and I told you I would do it. I told you, bro. I made it, G. And when I say Hollywood, I kind of mean more Streatham. But either way, we're there, bro. We're there. We're there, man. It was a vibe. You get me? And this episode is essentially a little bit of the BTS and how it came about, how it so happened that little old me, little old PROZECH, you get me, ended up in this 3-part documentary produced by the one and only David Beckham about Adidas and Puma. What a madness. You get me? And as I said, spoiler alert, your boy is in it, man. And I've seen all 3 episodes. I'm in 2 of them, right? Just hold that. I'm in 2 of them. Look at the camera quality. Jeez. I'm in 2 of them, bro. You get me, man? I'm in 2 of them. It's mad. Before you lot start bantering me, I'm only in 2 of them because I'm saying, like, the budget couldn't stretch. The budget couldn't stretch, man, and the check wouldn't clear for the 3rd episode, so I had to pull that footage. You get me? But we did it on good terms, bro. No bridges were burnt. You get me? But anywho, man, we move with that, man. So it all started. Let's take it all the way back to the beginning, because you know this thing is Kicks Chronicles. So we take things all the way back to the beginning. How it started? An email that I received from a lady called Ellie. Shout out to Ellie. And she was an assistant producer and worked for, once again, David Beckham's production company. And she explained that they were producing a documentary and they would like to interview me for the documentary. Now, this was in May 2024. So literally last year. Later that month, like, fast forward, as I said, later that month, we were in this very normal looking terrace. Or at least from the outside, it looked normal. Because as soon as you entered in to this place, and I said, as I sort of alluded to it earlier, it was in Streatham. As soon as you enter into this sort of fairly regular looking house from the outside, you realize that it's got 4 or 5 floors, attic, couple of floors, 3 or 4 floors, and then all the way down to a basement. A basement which had a pool in the middle of Streatham, and that was right next to their 70s disco room. The 70s disco room that I'm going to need you to remember, because we're going to circle back to that 70s disco room a little bit later. But yeah, pure vibes. That house was one of a time machine, but like for some of the most expensive furniture, like, and all sorts, like, just, it was just money without looking like money. It was a very, very weird environment, but very cool to be in. And essentially it was our set for the day. So I've got some notes here, so I'll make sure that I'm on point, right? But like, I will say, unfortunately, I didn't take a lot of footage that day. I was still trying to get up to speed with the whole recording while you're outside. Sometimes I get a bit funny about that. Even to now, I'm like, oh, can I get a photo? Should I get a photo? Recording. Sometimes it's a bit weird, but like, I need to get out of that, man, because we in this life now. We're doing this thing. You get me, man? But I will be sprinkling some of the BTS that I did manage to get on the day. And I did manage to get a couple of videos, a few photos. So I will say, yeah, and they were pretty cool. If you are listening to this on audio, right, I'm gonna need you to jump over to YouTube, yeah. But before you do, right, you see that those 5 stars that you have in your hand, you see them 5 stars, here, right? Just drop them on the podcast. Just drop the 5 stars here. Just put them down, drop them, 5 stars. Just drop the 5 stars, and then go over to YouTube to see the photos and that. Just drop the 5 stars. Head over to YouTube, yeah. Thank you very much for doing that. You know, yeah, I really do appreciate it. So that day just so happened to be the same day that legend of the world, legend of the streets, UK godfather of sneakers and streetwear, Kish Cash, was in the building, and he was recording his interview on the very same day. We sat down and ate ramen, bro. We sat down, we chatted, we ate ramen, we vibed, we joked, we chilled. right? Me and him were like this. We're like this. We're boys. Shout out to Kish. He's an absolute legend. And if you watch it, and when you watch it, you will hear his voice resonate throughout the whole 3 episodes, because this guy is like a fountain of knowledge and history when it comes to these brands. Like, he knows them from like the inside out. Like, he's absolute historian when it comes to these brands. As I said, they fed us ramen. We chatted, we joked, we chilled, all before he headed to the basement, to that 70s room to record his part. So when you watch it, you're going to know that there's a glitter ball somewhere in his vicinity while he's recording his bit. It's like an burnt orange style room. And I'm all the way up in the attic. You get me? I'm all the way up in the attic, which was very, very cool, man. Shout out to everyone that sort of looked after me that day as well, man. Obviously, Ellie being number one, you get me? But I also have to shout out to all of the people that were there sort of recording on the day as well. I've got some names here. Don Nelson, who was doing the sound, Blair, Jake, Brendan, Sandy, and once again, of course, Ellie for making me feel at ease. Now, what was I talking about? What were they interviewing me about? So they had reached out to me because I had been particularly vocal. Specialist subjects is my love of the Yeezy and Kanye in general. And I've been obviously very vocal of that situation when it was going on in the past when he was at Adidas. And obviously there was that back and forth. So there was a lot of questions about that. You guys know how I feel about sort of the Yeezy, how important that particular shoe, that particular silhouette in terms of the Yeezy, the original Air Yeezy, the Yeezy 350 V1, V2, the 700, the 750, like all of these shoes were at a particular time the height of hype and the cornerstone of Adidas. Like, Adidas literally had nothing else. So it's like, I mean, it's part of the lore of Kicks Chronicles. We talked about it. I'm a massive fan of the Yeezy, as I said. So I firmly believe that was the reason why, when they were looking for people to speak on sneaker culture, I firmly believe that was one of the main reasons why they reached out. They probably, and this is one thing I will say to people, and let me sort of put on my unk hat for a second, bro. Like, I'm doing this thing and we're chatting because we're family and we're chatting. I'm doing this podcast. You're listening to it. We're family, right? We're all part of the Kicks Chronicles community, all part of the wider UK sneaker community, worldwide sneaker community. You don't know what you're doing when you're putting this stuff out there. You don't know where it's going. You don't know who's listening. You don't know who's watching. You're thinking you're just doing the thing and people that like it and watch it. But this ended up at Disney, bro. This ended up on the desk of whoever makes decisions at David Beckham's production company, right? This interaction that we're having right now, something like this happened and it ended up there, to the point where they made a decision like, yeah, we'll get this guy because he knows what he's talking about. At least he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Let's get him in. Let's get him interviewed because he can add credibility to this documentary. And that's what they're trying to do. They don't want people there that don't know what they're talking about. They want people there that do know what they're talking about. So I've got to take a little bit of credit for at least starting the podcast. But the only reason, and I've got to believe this with all of my heart, that this happened is like, it's you guys, right? It's you guys. It's the support, it's the love, it's the reposting, it's the sharing, it's that. That's the reason. Other than that, it's Jesus Christ. It's Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Because when you are not in the room and certain massive decisions are made, who's gonna talk for you, bro? If you ain't done nothing, ain't nothing gonna speak on your behalf, bro. This thing happened and I was not involved and they reached out to me and I got involved. You get me? So I'm putting it out there. Post the thing, start the thing. You get me? Do what you like. Jesus could come back at any time, people. I'm just saying. You get me? Life ain't promised, man. Life ain't promised, man. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. just start the thing. You never know. You might do one episode, you might do 10, you might do 1,000. Who knows? When I started Kicks Chronicles, I never thought I'd get to like 142 episodes. I never knew. I never thought, you get me? That's a lie. I thought I'd get to 1,000,000 episodes. No, maybe not 1,000,000, maybe 1,000, right? But the fact that I'm at 142 is mind blowing. It's mind boggling. It's nuts. You get me? And I remember at this time, I was nowhere near 100 episodes. I was very early in the game. You get me? Like, and it's just a testament to, once again, your support, but just the fact that I know there's a God in this world that is directing and guiding my path. You get me? And yeah, that's just a massive blessing, man. But let's get back to the story. Let's get back to the story. So we're doing the recording, and as I said, shout out to everyone that helped me to do the record. They made me feel like Eid. They made me feel chilled out. Right, recording was meant to be 30 minutes, ended up being a couple of hours. Reason being, I was giving them pure gold. I was giving them straight hot fire. I was giving them that straight hot fire, like dial-up, straight hot fire. Don't get too close. You get me? I was giving them that straight. That's a Dave Chappelle reference for anybody that didn't know. But like, I was in my bag, man. I'm talking about Kanye. I'm talking about the whole thing about maybe Adidas plagiarizing the foam runner. Like, I'm talking about all these different things, his antics. You get me, like, and the accusations, the CEO, the plagiarism. I'm talking about everything, right? I'm talking about everything, and yeah. It was very, very cool. It was a really cool experience. It was super chilled out. As I said, I was there for a few hours in the end. And yeah, it was great. In the end, as I said, they actually ended. I mean, when the day ended, they actually did want me to do a bit more. But I mean, May is the month that I married my wife, and we was actually having our 10-year wedding anniversary because we got married in 2014. It was 2024. It was our 10-year wedding anniversary. We had actually gone away, so I wasn't able to record anymore. So I was worried in my mind. I was like, I wonder if I'm actually going to make the cut, because if they're asking me to do more, it's either that I've done well, or like they didn't like what I did before. So I was like, I don't know, but we tried to make it work. It didn't work. So I was like, it is what it is. They did tell me that the idea was for it to come out later that year. So we're recording in May, and obviously they're telling me that's going to come out probably like November, December, October, somewhere along those kinds of lines. You get me? So for whatever reason, it didn't end up coming out, but now it's coming out. You get me? And I'll give you a little bit of insight into that. Like, probably a month ago, if not a few weeks, I get an email from media company saying that they're handling the media and the press for Sneaker Wars, the Adidas versus Puma story. And they're like, oh, here are some of the dates, and we just want you to be aware that you might need to be available for press, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, is this whole thing real? Is this real? Is it really happening? Obviously, it's been over a year now, and like, I just put it to the back of my mind. And to be fair, a lot of stuff has happened in the course of that period of time to make it not as prominent, but now it's coming out, and it's just an interesting thing. And obviously what then happens is they sent me out an advanced copy. So I ended up watching the advanced copy. And once again, it's coming out on the 25th of September on Disney Plus, 3 parts, all on the same day. So make sure to go binge watch that whole thing. You get me, man? Don't let it get to the second day. Watch every single part, because I want to know what you think. Right? But then when I watched it, I realized it's not just me in it. Obviously, David Beckham's in it, Skepta's in it, Kid Super's in it, Usain Bolt, Noah Lyles, Neymar. There's members of the Dassler family, like his grandchildren of Adolf and Rudy Dassler are in this documentary, up as well as senior leaders from Puma and Adidas as well. But not only that, there were guys representing from the UK as well. There's guys representing from the UK as well. I'm gonna go through all the man that was in there from the UK. First up, Craig Mitch. Craig Mitch is there in full effect, and I say Craig Mitch, you get me, spurred on. For those, man, back in the day, I used to watch Craig Mitch on Spurred On. You get me? Kick Game. A lot of you guys are going to know him from Kick Game. Filthy Fellas, Talk Sport. Guy was in that thing. You get me? Makes sense. You get me? Makes sense. Done millions of views on Kick Game. You get me, with sneaker shopping, man. It made sense. Shout out to Stephanie Halbert Thomas. Like, Stephanie Halbert Thomas was also in it, man, from Women in Sneakers. She did her thing. George Sullivan, my broski. George Sullivan, the CEO of the Soul Supplier. Shout out to George, he was also in it. Franklin Boateng, my Jenner. You get me? Charlie, you get me? My bro, my guy, my downfall. You get me? The king of trainers is in there, bro. He's in there. And as I said earlier, Kish Cash, you get me? One of the godfathers of UK streetwear and sneakers is in the piece. And lastly, it's your boy. Big Pro, Big PROZECH is in the piece. You get me, man? Doing this thing, holding up his end of the bargain. You get me, man? So yeah, bro, this week we had a private screening. Just like, we had a little private screening. I might even I'm gonna show you, like, it was a little, I think Authentic are the name of the company that owns the production company that David Beckham has or whatever. Got a little couple freebies in there. What I should have done, yeah, I should have been ghetto and taken more than one bag, but I was trying to be a good boy. But yeah, I ended up getting some Puma socks. You get me? Good quality socks, man. Good quality socks. Get some Puma socks. There was some other stuff in there, like, there you go. There's a little badge from Adidas, a little Adidas badge. You get me? Wow, the camera quality is wild. Yeah, this is me from now on, bro. And look at this. Now, this is a cookie. This is a cookie. They're zooming on that. Sneaker Wars, Adidas versus Puma on Disney Plus. It's a little cookie. Honestly, it's a little cookie. I could eat it right now, man. A little iced cookie. That's it. There was some popcorn and some other stuff in there, but as I said, it was a private screening, so we ate that. So yeah, that was really cool because at the private screening there was like loads of people that were actually in the documentary, but also people that like are just like UK sneakers, streetwear, like legends. Networking, politicking, man, met some really, really cool people. Shout out to everyone that I met, Kofi, Emil, Robert, like there was Ellis, there were so many cool people that were there. Ramel London was there. I didn't actually get to meet Ramel. Craig Mitch was there. I didn't actually get to meet Ramel, man. She was right next to me, man. I wanted to introduce myself, forgot to do that. Because I'm not great in social settings, man. I'm trying to be better. Some people are like, what are you talking about? I've seen you. I'm like, nah. I know myself. I need to improve, but I'm making incremental improvements on a daily, weekly, and yearly basis. You get me? But it was vibes to be there, man. Got to meet Craig Mitch, as I said, legend of the game. You get me? It was really, really nice, man. It was really nice to sort of watch it. And you know the funny thing, while I was watching it in that screening, because I'd told people that I was in it because I'd seen the advanced copy. But then as soon as you watch it, you're like, hold on, maybe they've made some editorial changes between the copy they sent me. And not that they sent me a copy, it was on like a platform. Maybe the copy that I've seen and the copy that they're showing. And I'm like, so I'm starting to think, did I see that part? So I'm watching it and I'm like, did I see that part before? I don't remember that part. I don't remember this part. So I'm paying like very keen attention. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm watching it. And then lo and behold, we're getting closer to the end and we're starting to talk a bit more about Kanye and a bit more about what I was talking about before. And then lo and behold, that baritone voice, them dulcet tones of your man Prosy just popped through, bro. And everyone just went, oh, sounds credible. Somebody speaking with utmost authenticity and credibility. You get me? We need to believe what he's saying. Now, it was a vibe, man. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was there on the screen. I could not believe it. It was nuts, man. It was absolutely crazy. But all glory to God once again, man. It was a vibe, it is a vibe, and it continues to be a vibe. Guys, you need to make sure you watch this thing, man. You need to let me know, bro. You need to let me know what it's saying, man. I'm gonna promise you, I'm gonna try and get some of the guys that I mentioned, some of the guys that were on the documentary. I'm gonna try and get them on the podcast so we can talk about their sneaker journeys, but also talk about their experience, how they felt about the documentary, whether they felt it was like truly representative of the story. Because it's an amazing story. It's like, it should be a documentary. It should be a movie, like, because it doesn't happen very often that you get like one person in a family creating one of the largest sneaker and streetwear brands in the history of the world, let alone two. Like, that's heard of and unbelievable. You get me? Let me know. Maybe I'm missing the story, but yeah, the story of Adidas and Puma will go down in history. And you know what's interesting above everything, right? Is once again this is coming out on the 25th for me to go and watch it. But this is also coming out amid rumors that there's potentially a merger happening between Adidas and Puma. And I know a lot of you would have seen it. Like, and I'm trying to think in my mind, is this actually true? Is this truly something that could actually happen in our lifetime? There'd be sort of the brothers Dassler as an entity, them split and come back together all around the same time that there's a documentary happening about Adidas and Puma. Could this be a ploy to get us to watch the documentary? Who knows? You get me? I'm here for the shenanigans though, bro. I'm here for the banter. I'm here for the innuendo. And we wait to see whether it's a thing. I was talking on the Triple Dot podcast with Scotty and Erkin, and I was saying, you know what? When it comes to them merging, I don't know if I necessarily like the idea, and I don't know if financially, from a business perspective, it makes the most sense. I know Puma's in a bad way at the moment. Puma's not in a great space financially. And I know Adidas are in a great space. They're killing it year on year, quarter on quarter. They're just exceeding every expectation. They've been smashing it. But the idea of them sort of consuming Puma and Puma just becoming like part of Adidas, I don't like that. I feel like Puma needs to still be its own entity, right? So maybe I'd be more comfortable with the idea of them sort of coming together and collaborating. Because if there is no bad blood, if we're brothers again and we're cool again, like Oasis did it, we can collaborate. We can bring some stuff together. We can put some stuff together. It might be cool to see the brothers Dassler on a capsule collection, right? That might be a little bit of a collector's item because it's not like you can get any of that original merch. You get me, man? The brothers Dassler could be pretty cool to see. You get me, on a little collabo. You get me, just put that thing together. You get me, man? But you know what? Either way, I'm here for it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, not only on whether you think they're going to actually get back together, but I want to hear your thoughts on the actual documentary on Sneaker Wars, the Adidas versus Puma story. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. Once again, it's on Disney Plus, drops on the 25th. All 3 episodes drop straight away on the 25th. So make sure you go watch that. Let me know on Instagram. Let me know on TikTok. Let me know everywhere you get, like, you do your social media. Let me know everywhere you see PROZECH. Yeah, just let me know. You get me, man. In the comments, obviously, comment, subscribe, like, do all of those things. Yeah, make sure you do all of those things. 5 stars if you're still on the audio. 5 stars, we need that. Just drop that right there. Just drop that right there. You get me, man. And obviously, if you want to get involved, you get me. If you want to get involved in the podcast, hit me up on Kicks Chronicles at gmail.com. You get me? Once again, hit me up on any of the socials because I'm very, very sociable. You get me? I've already told you about the 5 stars. I've already done the like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, this has been like a bit of a whistle stop BTS type tour on how it came about that Big Prosy ended up in Sneaker Wars, Adidas versus Puma. You get me? Madness. I'm signing out. Make sure to look after yourselves. Make sure to watch that documentary. Let me know how you think. And until I see you, man, down the roads, look after yourselves and stay blessed. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube. Audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.